Welcome everyone to Vested Interest. This is Shane, and in this video we are going to finally wrap up the dividends and options we received back in May. I know we're almost a couple weeks into June already, but I have not wrapped up May, so let's get into that one and see how May shook out for us. Before we get too far in the video, if you could do me a big favor, all of this really does help out a small YouTube channel like mine with the YouTube algorithms. If you hit that thumbs up button down below, click the subscribe button, join us on this journey to financial freedom, join the Vested Interest community. Hit the notification bell as well. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think. Are you a dividend growth investor? Would love to hear from you in the comment section down below. And one other thing, watch time is one of the metrics that the YouTube algorithm looks at as well. So if you could watch the videos to the end, there is the thanks button for anyone who would like to help out the channel financially. You can buy me a cup of tea, and a special thank you to all the viewers and the subscribers of the channel. The channel continues to grow because of people like you and doing all of those things down below. All right, let's jump into dividends. In May, we received payments from several companies. First up, Verizon. On Friday the 2nd, we received $250.22, ticker VZ, out of the communications sector. Also out of the communications sector, AT&T, ticker T, paid us $111.44. And to wrap up Friday, May 2nd, CVS paid us $175.45. Ticker CVS is out of the healthcare sector. Now we jump down to May 14th for our next payment from Enterprise Product Partners, ticker EPD, out of the energy sector. They paid us $265.33. Jumping over to May 15th, several payments. First one by Omega Healthcare Investors, ticker OHI. This is a REIT out of the real estate sector. They paid us $204.35. Ally, ticker ALLY, out of the financial sector, paid us $72.84. And Procter & Gamble wrapped up the payments on the 15th, paying us $87.58. And Procter & Gamble is ticker PG, out of the consumer staples sector. Last but certainly not least, for the month, on the 16th of May, we received our last dividend payout from American Waterworks, ticker AWK. This is a utility company, and it is one we sold out of the portfolio to roll the funds into another position or two there. But they paid us $44.40. Again, that will be the last payment from them for the month of May, or going forward unless we add them back into the portfolio. Total received in dividends for the month of May, $1,211.61. And here you can see how we're doing throughout the whole year, $5,039.30. That does include the May payment there. And I do have these color-coded. January pays out again in April, again in July, in October. Then February's payment pays out in May. So February's payment was also May's payment. And then August, and then in November, we will see the last two payments for the month. And then March will pay out again in June. So again, total to date so far, $5,039.30. Options for the month of May, a better overall month, not the best month so far, but doing a little better than we started out the year. A real slow start to the year in options. Market has been crazy. Options typically do better whenever the market is doing crazy things, but maybe not for weekly options just because of the volatility. And I try to run very conservative weekly options here. Every now and again, I might go out 2 or 3 weeks, but that's about as far as I go out. I like to do them weekly so that I can just collect that options premium and roll into the next week and try to do it all over again. But as you can see, we had sold to open covered calls. So all of these are covered calls, no cash secure puts this month. And we had one contract on Kroger on May 9th, where we received $24.45. Two contracts, that's what that -2 means. On CVS, we received $48.92. That would have been May 9th as well. And May 9th, also 5 contracts on SCHD, and we received $72.33. Then we jump over to the 12th. We had 2 contracts on CVS again. So there's where we almost ran back-to-back weeks, or I think that might have even been, back-to-back weeks with CVS calls. Sometimes that's how it goes, sometimes not. But 2 contracts there paid us $18.92. And then wrapping it up on May 19th, we did 2 contracts for Cisco, ticker CSCO, and received $12.93. Total in options premium for the month of May, $177.55. All of these expired out of the money, so we kept the shares, and we can continue to try to run options on these plays in the future. All right, total options, and again, we started out very January. I mean, wasn't even worth the $9.45. February wasn't bad. March a little slow, $68.92. April so far has been our best month. Second month was May, there, $177.55. And so far for the year 2025, we received $585 in options premium, and I just reinvest this right back into the portfolio. It is a way for me to add a little bit of capital on top of what I add on a weekly basis. So it does help juice the portfolio up a little bit. Now, May cash flow, options, and dividends received $1,389.16. Total dividends to date, $5,039.30. We already saw that. Total options to date, $585. We saw that as well. But those two totaled up. Total cash flow to date for the year, if we were to turn off the drip, take those dividends and put them in our pocket and stop reinvesting that options premium, we would have been able to put $5,624.30 into the bank to pay some bills, maybe take a small vacation, pay some insurance, whatever we needed to do with those funds, or just save them for a rainy day. But we do have the drip set, so the dividends get reinvested, and as I stated, options get reinvested or invested the week that we receive the premium. All right, you can see the year-over-year increase was 12.39% increase in dividends from last year. So May this time last year was $1,077.99. This year at $1,211.61. Nice to see that year-over-year growth, and that is what this particular slide is trying to show you, right? That nice, steady dividend growth year-over-year. Doesn't really matter outside of the 1 year in June here where we had a drop. So it would have been back 2022 to 2023 was the one drop. I don't see any other year, and I believe that was partly because the year before here in 2022 we were holding LyondellBasell shares. They paid out a special dividend, so we saw a drop a little bit from that. And then also I had some sales here of some shares that I held in June, so we saw that as well reflected. But for the most part, you can definitely see the nice stair step up for growth, and that is what the idea of dividend growth investing is, to continually see that passive income, the dividends paid out, grow year over year, really month over month, quarter over quarter. So eventually those dividends paid out by all of the positions in the portfolio will pay my bills. That is the idea. Eventually, at some point, I will say, I'm done working. I've got enough coming in to take care of what I need to, and then let the portfolio continue to grow as I live off some of the dividends. My plan for this portfolio is when I can pull out 70% of my dividends, still reinvest, and that would include paying taxes. So for all of my my living cash, what I need to sustain myself, when I can pull out 70% of my dividends and live off of it, again including taxes, and reinvest or save 30%. So I might even continue to do what I'm doing now, which is live off 70% of what I make, invest 20%, and then save 10%. But usually whenever I have about 6 months of my bills, banked for a rainy day fund, so to speak, or an emergency fund, if you want to call that. Once I have 6 months saved up, I invest 30%. So for some of you out there who maybe want a year, that's fine. Maybe you want a year and a half. That's up to you. Whatever your rainy day fund or your emergency fund is, that's for you to decide. Some people are comfortable with just 1 month or 3 months. For me, I like about 6 months of a rainy day fund or an emergency fund so I can pay bills if anything was to happen. But again, once I'm saved beyond that 6 months and maybe a vacation for the year, then I switch over from 20% invested to full 30%. So it's a 70-30 split. Now, if I don't have, if an emergency comes up, like recently I had to fix my truck. I think it costs around $10,000 to get some of the to get the transmission fixed. Cost me about $10,000, have it rebuilt, maybe a little less than that. But anyways, whenever I got that rebuilt, obviously our emergency fund took a hit. So then I pulled back a little bit, invested into my savings account a little bit more, and then once I hit that 6 month mark again, then I was back to 30%. Or right now I'm also taking a little break and trying to build up a stockpile for if we have a pullback in the overall market, have a little bit of extra cash to put into the market. We'll see. But overall, nice stair step growth, and that is what this slide is supposed to show you. All right, well, that is really it. And this is really an old picture. You're seeing a little bit of snow on the ground. I really need to take some updated pictures because this is not what the backyard looks like right now. We have the pool opened. I'll try to get something this weekend to update all of the different slides here. This is back from April, last bit of snow that we got. Obviously, it doesn't look like that now. But anyways, as always, appreciate you stopping by. If you haven't done so already, don't forget to show me some love. Hit that thumbs up, ring the notification bell. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Join us on this journey to financial freedom. Join the vested interest community. I do personally read and respond to the comments. I am always interested to read your questions, opinions, or suggestions for future topics. I do a stock pick of the day video series Monday through Thursday whenever the market's open. So if you have a stock you'd like me to cover in that series, drop it in the comment section down below. I'll work it into the rotation. If you have any other suggestions for topics, go ahead and drop them down there as well. I'll try to look at them. And if it makes sense to do a video on them, I will. And this is Shane signing off, wishing peace and prosperity to you and yours. And remember, financial security comes to those who take a vested interest. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you have a great weekend. And we will see you on Sunday for our weekly portfolio update video. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing in this presentation should be considered financial advice. I'm only sharing my opinion, investing journal for educational and entertainment purposes. Investing involves risk. You can lose money. You should never invest any amount you're not comfortable losing. Always do your own research. Invest based on your situation, circumstances, and select criteria, or seek the advice and counsel of a certified financial advisor. And for those of you who made it to the end, I really appreciate you watching to the end. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you have not already done so. Like the video, share with anyone you think that might find value in the content, and don't forget to drop a comment and click the notification bell on your way out.